The snow was coming down so hard it looked like the sky was being erased. I had both hands on the steering wheel, my knuckles white. The road to the cabin had vanished under a blanket of white, and the wind shook my old truck like it was made of paper. I wasn't even supposed to be here, I was just doing a favor. My best friend, Adam, had called me from his college dorm, panicked because his mom was stuck at a winter retreat site and couldn't drive down safely. "Bro, please. Mom hates driving in storms. Just pick her up. I'll owe you forever." So here I was, in the middle of nowhere, trying not to skid off a cliff. When I finally reached her, she was standing under the lodge porch light, wrapped in a puffy winter coat, waving her gloved hands like a stranded traveler citing rescue. "Thank goodness," she exhaled as she climbed in, brushing snow off her shoulders. "I thought I'd be stuck here all night." "Don't worry," I said. "We'll be home before you know it." That was the first twist, because the exact opposite happened. Not 20 minutes into the drive, the truck jerked, sputtered, and went silent. The snowstorm howled as if laughing at us. "You've got to be kidding me," I muttered. "What happened?" she asked. I tried the ignition again. Nothing. The temperature dropped inside the truck so quickly it felt like someone opened a freezer door. "Engine's dead," I said. "And we don't have signal out here." She looked out at the storm swallowing the road, then looked back at me with the kind of calm only Mom seemed to master. "Well," she said softly, "we'll have to keep each other warm." The unexpected moment. We climbed into the back seats where it was easier to huddle, sharing blankets and coats. It wasn't romantic, not awkward, it was just two human beings trying to stay warm in a box of frozen steel. Her voice broke the silence. "You know," she said, staring at the frosted window, "I always tell Adam he's lucky to have a friend like you." I chuckled. "He's the one who dragged me into this storm." "That's what I mean," she smiled. "You always show up for people." The truck shook under a strong gust. The cold crept in like an unwelcome visitor, and instinctively she leaned closer. I wrapped the blanket around her shoulders. That's when I noticed her hands trembling. "Are you okay?" I asked. "I'm fine," she answered, but her lips were turning pale. I rubbed her hands to warm them. She didn't pull away. Instead, she closed her eyes for a second, letting out the breath she'd been holding. "You remind me of someone," she said. "Who?" "My husband." I froze for a second, not out of awkwardness, but because of the softness in her voice. "You always think of others," she said. "My husband was like that too. He passed away 2 winters ago." The wind outside roared, but inside the truck, everything felt painfully still. "I'm so sorry," I said quietly. She nodded, swallowing the lump in her throat. "Winters are hard. They remind me of the night we lost him." Her voice cracked, and suddenly, the temperature wasn't the only thing hitting me in the chest. Without thinking, I placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "You don't have to talk about it." "But I want to," she whispered. And she did. For the next hour, she told me stories, about the little traditions they had, the jokes he used to make, the stupid songs he sang while shoveling snow. She laughed. She cried. I listened. I tried to be the warmth she needed, literally and emotionally. And somewhere between her memories and the storm's fury, an unexpected realization hit me. Sometimes keeping someone warm isn't about blankets. It's about presence. The moment of compassion. After another hour, she began to shiver uncontrollably, even under the blanket. "Hey, stay with me," I said, rubbing her arms. "You're freezing." She leaned against my chest, and I held her tight, like a son would, like a friend would, like any human should when another human is hurting. Her breathing steadied. "Thank you," she whispered. "You have no idea how much this means." "You'd do the same for me," I said. "Maybe," she replied with a tired smile. But not everyone your age would sit in a cold truck for hours and make a lonely mom feel heard. I didn't know what to say. So I didn't say anything. I just held her, feeling her heartbeat gradually slow from fear to calm. The second twist. Just when hope started fading, headlights cut through the blizzard, bright, slow-moving beams sweeping toward us. A snowplow. We both jolted up. They see us. I shouted, banging on the window. Minutes later, a warm, heavy-gloved fist knocked back. "You folks all right in there?" the operator yelled over the wind. I helped her out of the truck, keeping an arm around her because her legs were weak from the cold. Inside the plow's warm cabin, she burst into tears, relief, exhaustion, gratitude all mixing together. The driver radioed for help, and soon we were taken to a roadside rescue station, wrapped in heated blankets and offered hot chocolate. She held my hand the entire time. Not out of fear, but out of trust. The morning after. When the storm passed and rescue teams cleared the roads, Adam arrived with a panicked look that melted into pure relief when he saw his mom. "Mom," he rushed to her. "Are you okay? Did he take care of you?" She smiled at me, then at her son. "He didn't just take care of me," she said. "He saved me." Adam's expression softened. He looked at me with genuine gratitude. "I knew I asked the right person," he said, pulling me into a hug. The uplifting ending. Before we left, she pulled me aside. "You know," she said, "people think storms are just cold and cruel, but sometimes they bring people closer in ways nothing else can." I nodded. "Thank you for trusting me," I said. She squeezed my hand gently. "No, thank you for reminding me that there is still kindness in the world." As we stepped outside, the sun broke through the clouds, reflecting off the snow in a glow so bright it felt like hope itself. And in that moment I realized. It wasn't the storm that defined the night, it was the compassion that got us through it. A storm stranded us. Kindness saved us. And humanity warmed us more than any blanket ever could.